Hey everyone, so I am going to be doing an update of the things that I'm keeping or purging, and I recorded a video originally at the beginning of the month of a bag of items that I couldn't decide whether or not I wanted to keep or if I just wanted to get out of my life, basically. It was just one of those things where I'm like, do I want it? But I really liked it. I liked it at one point, and I just didn't know if I still liked it or not. So, let's just get on with this video. I'll show you the things that I'm going to keep first because it's actually a lot less than the things I'm going to get rid of. Okay, so let's just move on. So the items I'm keeping are, and they're just 4 items, and I'm like, am I forgetting about anything? Oh yeah, I am. 5 items I'm keeping, sorry. I think. Yes, 5 items? Yeah. I'm gonna keep the Rimmel BB Cream Matte 9-in-1 Skin Perfecting Super Makeup. I don't really agree with all the claims that it states, and but I do like it. It's not like completely matte. This is in the color Light. And it's not totally matte like I anticipated, but the color does match me pretty well. And I like it better than like Dr. Jar and some of the higher end BB creams or CC creams or whatever. So I'm going to keep that. I do like it. The next item that I'm going to keep is the LA Colors eyeshadow, and it's one I got from the Dollar Tree, and it's in the color Traditional. Let me just open it so you can actually see the color a little bit better. A bunch of warm colors, and they're actually quite pigmented, and I really enjoyed those shadows. So I'm going to also keep the Neutrogena Healthy Skin Smoothing Stick in the color Light. This might be something I would potentially revisit, I'm not sure, but it works pretty well for me. It's easy to use, easy to blend out. Any concealer I use creases, so I don't ever have that expectation of a concealer not creasing, even if it were to say that it doesn't crease. Everything creases on me. I'm gonna keep the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Illuminating Powder in the color Strike a Pose Rose, and it's this guy right here. I'm also, and the last item that I'm gonna keep is the Physicians Formula Matte Collection Quad in Quartz Quartet, and it's for some reason I can only find this one at Ulta, and I don't know if they still have it or not, but that's where I purchased it. Now, on to the items that I'm getting rid of. I'm like, I almost wish I had a bag to like put them in. Yeah, okay, well I'll just set it next to me for now. I'll just move all this other stuff here. Okay, so I'm gonna get rid of these, and I had swatched it again today, and I'm like, do I want to get rid of it? Because I don't know. I was in the same state of mind that I was when I had like pulled these products out and couldn't decide if I wanted to get rid of it or not. The honest truth, like basically the truth is I didn't even use these, and this is the L'Oreal Magic Smooth Souffle Blush, and one is in Plume and one is in Cherubic. I'm just going to get rid of it. I didn't touch it at all. I just forgot about it. I just forgot about it. That's it. And honestly, they're just gonna go, because if I forgot about it like that and I had it in a basket to use, then I guess that means I don't really care for it. So might as well move it on, and hopefully someone else will like it. Next one I'm gonna get rid of is the Maybelline Dream Cure BB Cream 8-in-1 Beauty Balm, 2% salicylic acid in medium. I mean, I liked this, but I felt like this might be just a hint too neutral for me, and it could be because it's in the color medium. It wasn't horrible. I actually like this one better than the original BB cream from Maybelline, but I don't know. I mean, if I had to choose between these two, it's definitely going to be the Rimmel one, so that's why I'm going to keep the Rimmel and get rid of the Maybelline. It was okay. I'm going to get rid of the e.l.f. eyeshadow palette in the color Neutral. I don't know. They're not all that pigmented. I mean, they're great, and I had wanted to keep it because I thought it would be a great palette to use for travels, because it's not super expensive, and if something were to happen to it, then it's not a big deal. But the reality is I have a lot of other options, and I should just use all the other things that I really like a lot. Now, I'm also getting rid of the two other products from Wet n Wild, the two Mega Glow Illuminating Powders. One is in Catwalk Pink, and one is in Spotlight Peach. So this is Spotlight Peach. It was nice, but it was just meh. It was just a meh. And then this one I felt like wasn't as pigmented as I hoped. This is again in Catwalk Pink, and I think a lot of people wind up liking this. I can't remember if it was on Makeup Alley or I don't know what, but not my favorite. This one, I had a tough time trying to convince myself to let this go, because while I do really like it, I feel like I have other ones out there that work similarly or just better. And this is the Maybelline blush in Pinch of Coral, and it was a limited edition color. It has a bit of sheen to it, and that's what I liked about it. And actually that's why I like CoverGirl blushes too, and I think I might like CoverGirl blushes better than this, but I like that it almost has it's like a built-in illuminator. It's not frosty, but it has a bit of a satin finish, so it still catches light, and you don't have to use a highlighter if you need to, you know what I mean? So it gives you those nice lifted cheekbones at the same time. The next one I'm getting rid of is going to be the Clinique Brow Shaper, basically a brow powder in the color Soft Brown, and this is what it looks like. And while the color works for me now than it did in the past when I initially purchased it, funny enough, I'm getting rid of it because I feel like it's too much work for me. Like I can't stand, well, it depends on the situation, right? But I don't like most products that I have to put a lot of effort in making it work, you know what I mean? And sometimes there are products that are not as pigmented, like some shadows, and sometimes I want that, and it depends on what color and what the textures and all that fun stuff, but that's another conversation. And that one is just, it wasn't doing it for me, to be honest with you. So I'm getting rid of that one. I think it would probably work better for either women who have fair skin, or maybe if their brow hair was just a little bit lighter, or they don't have as much to fill in. Like, I just have brows that just need a lot of love and a lot of product to really kind of even them out a little bit. The next one I'm getting rid of is the Physicians Formula Sexy Booster Sexy Glow Bronzer in the color Bronzer. So it's just this guy here, and it just wasn't pigmented enough for me to really keep, because I have lots of other bronzers, and I do like them a lot better. I am getting rid of this Rimmel Lasting Finish Kiss and Stay Lip Gloss. Basically it's like a two-step product, and I did use it a couple times, and it really bugged the crap out of me because it felt really thick and goopy. So it was probably the gloss that made it thick and goopy, but at the same time I couldn't wear this end by itself. I like the color, but it just didn't work out for me. This one's probably actually going to get thrown in the trash. So I'm getting rid of the Stila Perfecting Concealer in the color shade E. It's just too olive tone for me, so I'm probably going to give that to a friend of mine. And she's probably also going to get this one too, which is a Gemma Kid concealer and highlighter. And honestly, while I like the texture, to me it's pretty similar. Maybe it has more coverage than the Neutrogena one that I'm keeping. I have so many concealers as well that I'm not going to keep it. It just didn't wow me. It has to wow me right now. The next one I'm getting rid of is the Amazing Cosmetics Concealer in the color Light Gold. And now this does wow me, and it still wows me. And if I had one that wasn't as old as this is, I would continue to use it. I had used it for most of this month, and honestly just the past week I was like, you know what, it's time to not use it anymore. It didn't give me a reaction, but it's like smells weird now, and I'm like, no, we're not gonna do that anymore. And honestly, I didn't even notice the scent until about last week, so I'm pretty bummed out. Like this is supposedly the travel size, and the large size I think is, or the normal size is about twice as much as this. The travel size will last you forever, and you use the tiniest little bit. It is super pigmented. Definitely great for under the eyes. I don't like it for on the face because I feel like it's too emollient for the face, but it's an amazing concealer. I mean, I guess amazing cosmetics, so that works out, but really amazing. I would repurchase that in the future, but probably not anytime soon because I have a lot of other products to get through. But I am kind of sad that that's going away, or that I have to get rid of it. So I just have a few other products. I feel like I'm missing something. If you notice that I've missed something, please tell me. I can't remember. So I'm getting rid of 2 shadow palettes, and they're both from Revlon actually. One is in the Revlon Color Stay 16-Hour Eyeshadow Quad in the color Siren. And this is what it looks like. I didn't even touch it. I swatched it a couple times and I just didn't want to use it, so it's gotta go. And then the other one is the Revlon Customized Shadow Palette, I guess, in the color Naturally Glamorous. Now the colors are quite beautiful. They really are, but I didn't want to use it. I don't know what the deal is. I didn't want to use it because I just wasn't ever in the mood for it. Funny enough though, I keep the one from the Dollar Tree and not this one. I don't know. I just don't know. I almost feel like these ones are like kind of chalky. I mean the colors, you can see they're pretty pigmented, but they almost seem a little dusty. I don't know. Anyways, I mean, there are worse shadows out there, clearly, but I'm just not going to keep that. And there was one other thing that I ended up adding in, like, 2 weeks ago, and it's just time to get rid of it, because I'm not the hugest fan of primers, so ideally, I think my perfect primer would be one that is going to help with longevity of my makeup and also help with pores. I don't need a primer that's going to be focused on hydration, so I use different primers for different reasons sometimes, but this one I felt like there's nothing wrong with it, it just didn't do anything for me, so maybe it'll work for someone else. And this is the Makeup Forever HD primer, and this was the original one, so now they've got a whole slew of like different primers now, color correcting primer, smoothing, mattifying, blah blah blah, but yeah, I'm just going to get rid of that. So that is it, I think. Like I said, I feel like I'm missing something. Am I missing anything? I don't know. But those are all the products I'm getting rid of. I am pretty proud of myself. And maybe for a lot of you, you're like, yeah, that was nothing. You probably could get rid of way more. And I know I could. I'm still deciding what other products I'm gonna have to try to like test out and figure out if I'm gonna keep or not, because of course I have a lot more to go through. So I don't know if that's gonna be this month or if that'll be next month, because it's something I need to go through my products to kind of figure that out. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.